Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a great day or evening wherever you are. I am Tia the Southern Rose, and today we're going to be discussing a wonderful recipe that I came up with for this winter season. I've been drinking it daily for a couple of weeks now, and so I'm really enjoying how tasty it is, how easy it was to make, and how effective it has been. One of the ingredients is St. John's wort, and in a moment I'll describe a little bit more about how St. John's wort works on the body. And it also has pau d'arco or pau d'arco, I can never say it correctly, which is a bark from South America that also has wonderful effects, along with a few other really simple, easy to find ingredients. This is a pretty affordable recipe, though not as inexpensive as the Autumn Bliss recipe, which you know featured all $1 ingredients. It's getting colder, the days are getting shorter, and even here in Virginia, where I live, we've experienced our first very light, but still very light snow. And it is truly winter time, so I wanted something that felt very cheerful, but still had the energy of the season, the richness and the warmth without being too heavy. So that was the goal for this tea, something that was delicious, effective, and that captured the energy of winter time, but not blustery cold winter, but brisk, crisp days and bright colors, because even though it's wintertime, we still have very stark colors on the in the natural world. You have snow, which is pure white, and then you have many times very lush green foliage. Whatever plants do remain green, they tend to be very lush and green. And even my holly bushes in the front of the house, the reds on the holly bush are as bright as my sweater. So it's very crisp colors, crisp air, and so I wanted a crisp tea that still captured some of the warmth that you want to feel during the wintertime. So I hope you enjoy the recipe, and I'll be back after this next section. These are the ingredients for the winter tea. These are pretty affordable, though not as affordable as the last tea recipe, which featured all $1 ingredients. There are only two ingredients up here that cost $1 a piece, and they are these tangerine slices and the cinnamon. But let's start with this top left corner, and I'll describe each of the ingredients to you. So these are dried cranberries, which I absolutely love. It gives a sweetness and a tartness to the tea. I use about a half cup, and by the way, I will be converting all of the measurements over to metric as well for your convenience. And so I add the cranberries. I also crumble these tangerine slices. These are from the company Krispy Kreme. Let's see, here's the bag that I got them in, and they are freeze dried. Freeze dried fruit, in my opinion, is the best for this. It's about 10 grams or 0.35 ounces. I use the entire bag. Sometimes I go into a second bag just to make sure that I get that citrus flavor with each cup. The next ingredient is St. John's wort, which I adore. It is a mood enhancer. It is a pain reliever. It works really well on nerve pain too. So this is a great supplement to take if you are experiencing some depression as well as nerve and muscular pain. It's fantastic for that. It also tastes really well with these other ingredients. And I add about a third of a cup to the tea of the St. John's wort. The base tea, however, is this pau d'arco, which is a bark from South America. It tastes incredible. It has a wonderful flavor. Of course, it's naturally decaffeinated because it's not a proper tea like Camellia sinensis, but it is a delicious herb that I use as the base of the tea. And I use about 2/3 to 3/4 of a cup of this. It just kind of depends on what I feel. And that last ingredient over here is cinnamon. And I love cinnamon. It gives a really warm and comforting flavor to the tea. And I absolutely adore it. So I add about a teaspoon of that, which is 5 milliliters. And that is the ingredient list for the tea. That's everything that I use to make my herbal tea. It tastes fantastic. It's good for you. I'll put all the benefits of these ingredients in the description box as well as the measurements for your convenience. And that's it for the tea. Pretty simple recipe, only 5 ingredients. I'll put links to where you can get some of those harder to find ingredients in the description box below. But I'll also put information about all of the herbs as far as the effects on the body. I have a cup of it here. And actually, let me take my spoon out. Oh, you know what? Let me stir really quickly. What you'll notice when you make teas with cinnamon, what you'll notice is that the cinnamon can settle at the bottom. Now you can resolve that by perhaps cutting up cinnamon stick instead of using powdered cinnamon, but for me it's just fine to just stir it a little before I sip. So it smells of course like cinnamon, and you can smell a little bit of the palo d'arco bark, as well as a little bit of the cranberry and orange too. And the St. John's wort, I haven't noticed the smell, and what's really interesting is that I can't taste it in this either. So let me taste a little bit now. Mm, that's delicious. I didn't sweeten mine, but because it has natural fruits in it, it has a sweetness already. It When you first taste it, you taste the warmth, a little bit of the warmth of the cinnamon and the palo d'arco, but the aftertaste is where you get that cranberry and the orange. So it's a really nice balanced flavor. However, if you want it sweeter, of course you can add honey or agave or whatever you prefer to sweeten it with. Also, you can add more of the fruit because sometimes I gave you a very standard recipe. Sometimes I add more orange, sometimes I add more cranberry. In this blend, I'll probably end up adding a little more cranberry. I would like a little more tartness in it, but you can add more fruit. You can certainly add more of any of the ingredients and it should be fine. Of course, don't start any kind of regimen that tinkers with your health before you talk to a physician first. But it's a simple recipe, an easy, affordable one, and the ingredients work really well in my case and in my experience. The St. John's wort has done wonders for lifting my mood, with seasonal affective disorder and depression and just feeling kind of blue because summer's gone. We tend to need a little extra something to appreciate this winter season. And sometimes it has to come in the form of something like St. John's wort that you can sip and really help stabilize the mood a bit and just perk you up a little. So, this is a really good tea. I love it. I can't wait for you to try it. If you do try it, please let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. And I hope you all are having a fantastic day or evening. And I will talk to you soon. Take care, okay?